All right, all right, all right. Let's see. It says that we are live. Let me check that on Facebook. Let's see, guys. Um, I need to be here. All right, it says we're live. Let me check it out. Y'all know I like to make sure we're actually in the group. Yeah, I see us. I see us. So we are live. We are live. We're live. All right, guys. It has been a great week. It really has. Um, and I know that I think some of our regulars may think that I may not be broadcasting today because I was traveling yesterday. Let me tell y'all, our travel yesterday was crazy. It was turbulence. It was delays. It was weather. So it was flight crews timing out, all the things. So it took me. I almost felt like it was the same as coming from Argentina. Y'all know those flights from Argentina used to be 10 hours. I'm coming from Mexico now. It shouldn't take that long to get here. So it did. But that's okay. It was some rerouting going on and all kind of stuff. But I made it last night. I think I made it to the house at 1 a.m. in the morning. But that's okay. I'm still here with you guys. Good morning, Glow. Thank you for joining me here. And so all this week, we've been talking about pricing. As you guys know, when I sit down and think about the blog posts that I'm going to put out that are then going to result in the blog talk that we have and the morning show that we have and how we go, I think about the things I think that are most transformational to your business. What are some of the things that I know that you are struggling with? What are some of the things that you have been told you should be doing, but you haven't been given the information to actually do it? Those are the things that I think about. And so last weekend, what I came up with is pricing, because I have experienced so many entrepreneurs have problems with the pricing. And what I need you guys to understand is pricing directly impacts how hard you're going to work to get to your first six figures or any other revenue goal. Because if you are underpricing yourself, it's going to take you longer to get to those revenue goals, right? Um, and so I need you to know some of the things that if you don't get it right, it's going to affect your business, maybe in ways you haven't thought about. So, yes, on Monday, we talked about the fear around pricing. A lot of us who are new to what we do, we know that there are a lot of people in the marketplace. We even have some people in the marketplace that we admire and we want to pattern our business after, and we just want to be good. And we're a little afraid. There's some fear around our pricing because we either know we haven't been out there as long, or we're afraid that our audience may pay that price, the audience that we have access to. But again, if you don't overcome that fear, then it's going to keep you on the low end of your revenue goals. So what we told you was you need to calculate out exactly what are other people charging so that you know what the industry average is. And so maybe that will help you get the confidence, okay, to start pricing your stuff better. Or if you don't do that, then do you have evidence that you can get people the transformation that you sell? Because with that evidence, if you are sure that people are paying you for a transformation and that you can get them that transformation, there should be no imposter syndrome because you have evidence that you can do what you say you're going to do, and they're paying you for that very thing. So there's no imposter syndrome that should be present. So if there is still a problem, then we may need therapeutic tools, right? Because that's us getting our own weight, because all the evidence is showing us the market is holding this price. You are getting the transformation at this price, and people paying that price will get their transformation. So it's you in the way, right? And so that was the fear around the pricing. And then when we get to showing value, it is so important to be able to, now I have the confidence to price what I'm supposed to price, but now I need to be able to show the value for what that price is, okay? And what we talked about was you have to stop talking about the features of your offer, how many modules in a course, or that it is a course, right? How many meetings you're going to have, how many this, how many that. Those are features of your offer. Stop relying on that, and you should lead with the transformation itself, right? And so what I gave you was a flow. Start talking about the pain points. What are they tired of experiencing, right? What is before the transformation like? Talk about that. And then go directly into what life will be like after the transformation. Speak transformation. Aren't you tired of and don't you want, right? aren't you tired of are the pain points. Don't you want is the dream in life after the transformation. So speak transformation because that's what people pay for. They don't pay for your meetings, right? They don't pay for the course. They pay for the transformation the course is supposed to bring. Talk about the transformation. Yesterday we talked about the profit margin. Whew, that one was it was a little intense, right? Because especially my service-based businesses, we have so many things that we think are the cost of doing business that we don't wrap those things into our prices, right? There is all this technology we use to service our clients that we're not charging for. We're already undercharging for our time. And then we have all of these monthly subscriptions or annual subscriptions of things that we need to be in business, and that's not wrapped into the price. And so what you don't realize is that you're not getting paid enough that the business is paying for all the expenses, let alone have a profit margin left over that's going to pay you, right? And that's what our goal is. Our goal is to have the profit margin that funds our business and funds our lifestyle. That's the goal. Okay, so we have to have an accounting of all expenses associated with the business, and we have to figure out how are we going to get this money for all the expenses of the business and paying us. Okay, with service-based businesses, again, it's not as upfront as the product-based businesses. They know that they bought that product for this amount and they need to sell it for that amount, and the profit margin is most likely this amount. But even they leave out some stuff, right? Because even they have some annual subscriptions. Even they may have some equipment costs and all of those things, and those things need to also be wrapped into the cost. All right. Now today, let's go talking about the offer ladder because I want to go deeper with you guys because an offer ladder allows you to overcome people's objections to your pricing, right? So think about it. We already have it priced at market rate or even above. Depends, right? I love the confidence if you're going above. But then we're able to show the value of what the transformation is, and we're speaking transformation, so we have people ready to buy, right? And then now we have the fact that they have an objection. Maybe I can't afford, or maybe I don't need all of that. That is the objection that having an offer ladder gives you the answer to. Because an offer ladder can be set up in different ways. It can be set up to where I'm going to give you everything you need to prep for the actual service that you need because you don't even know that you don't have everything that you need yet. So I have an offer that gets you ready, right? And then I have the offer that is the actual service that you need. And then I have an offer that supports you after you get that service because you're going to, as you get into the transformation, you're going to need more support. So that's one way to have an offer ladder. And I'm doing like this, but maybe I should do like this because I'm calling it a ladder, right? Then you have things that can be basically, this is the do-it-yourself version of my offer, right? At the bottom. This is the do it with you with the group version of my offer. And this is the, you want to just be you and me, and you want just access to me. That's the high ticket version, right? But basically, however you chop it up into three ways, there should be a lower priced offer, there should be a middle priced offer, and a higher price offer, right? Lower price, middle price, high price. Now, how that helps is someone who doesn't need everything can maybe pick a portion of that and pay a lower price than the everything price. Or someone who is just at the beginning can make a smaller investment to get started, right? So these allow us to overcome pricing objections. Another thing I said is your pricing ladder could look like this is the base of what you get, right? And then the second tier is the base of what you get plus a little more. And then the third tier is the base of what you get, everything in level two, a little more, and then some stuff that's not in level two, a little more, right? So that allows people to get the base of what you offer. And if they want some extra stuff, that can go up appropriately for what they want or for what they need, right? So these are the things that help you with pricing. It helps you to get your offer out there to more people, and it helps you to be priced appropriately, and it helps you to get to your revenue goals. And so again, these are things that people don't often talk about, or they don't talk about them succinctly or comprehensively so that you understand that all of these things go together and all of these things are impacting your revenue goals. So Z, I see you joined us. Good morning, Z. Did you have any questions about what we talked about today? Did you have anything you want to add? Or do you have a question about, how to apply it to your business. I would love to
Good
hear what you
morning,
have to say.
Shay. Actually, I was thinking because most of the people that I encountered on your call or provide a service, but then I was thinking, I never thought about it with my card game, how I can have like offer the price for the card game, and then second, I can do maybe the card game and a t-shirt, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And then the
mm-hmm.
third, I can do a card game t-shirt and maybe a special monogram case to put the card game in. I never thought about that. That is, I can still have some type of packaging even with the card game. And then also I learned from talking to someone else yesterday. I understood what you were talking about pricing because I had mentioned I was selling my game for like $10. And she was like, $10? How were you able to, are you factoring in shipping? Are you factoring in? I was like, no, I was just trying
Yeah.
to into the market. And she's like, oh no, honey, you got to think
Mm-mm.
about all that. So she had mentioned also how like when I go to vending, because there is no extra cost involved with that direct other than shipping and all that, I could say, well, my introductory price, and don't make them think that, okay, if they don't buy here, they can go on my website. I'm going to still offer them that same price. She said there's a way you can word it that makes it seem like they're getting something special, because if they don't buy now, it's going to be a higher price. So I really beginning to see or delve into other thoughts that you are provoking, not provoking, that's
Yes.
the word. I don't know what the word
Invoking.
is,
There you go.
that you are invoking to me to think beyond just my a card game, because that is what I'm thinking in comparison. Like, okay, I created a card game. It's just a card,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the fun card game. But I can see from your training how I can still think expansion with my product that I never thought before. So thank you so
Exactly.
much for helping
Exactly.
me to connect the dots. I'm a little slow sometimes, Shay, but it is coming together. I am
Yeah.
very much becoming increasingly motivated and thought about the principles that you're sharing and how I can. And then I also thought about the pain points. When I
Mm-hmm.
think about some adverse things that happen when your kids watch too much screen time, you really made a good point how we have to think about the pain points, make it
Yes.
something that, okay, sitting down, like you mentioned, sitting down could do this. And I'm like, she's so right about that. So
Yeah, because I know that you're not necessarily a service-based business. Like you're coming out with a product. But that's why I talking about offer ladders today, that's why I had to show you it can be done in different ways, right?
mhm,
So when you think about how, okay, service-based are looking at what can be done before the service, what then have the service, and then what can be done after the service as the offer ladder. Or they can say, okay, let me give you this so you can do it yourself, or you can in the middle. I keep doing the sides. Let's go up. Do it
mhm,
yourself. Do it. Do it with the group. Do it one-on-one. But that's why I added in there. Sometimes it's just something that you get, right? The
mhm,
baseline of what you get, and then that baseline thing and a few things more on level 2 and level 3 is everything from level 2 plus some more stuff, right?
mhm,
And
mhm,
so that's where your product based business comes in, because this may not even be the only product that you produce. So at some point you may have more than one game, more than one product that goes together. You can bundle those.
mhm.
That's what that is. That's just another offer ladder, another offer on the ladder.
Okay.
One game, two games, three games together, right?
Yep.
Like you said, you could do the basic game. You can do a luxury edition of that game, right? Like you said, you can have it to where there's some kind of more sustainable packaging or holding, keeping the game itself,
Mhm,
giving it more longevity. How many times have we gotten special editions of games, right?
mhm.
And so even Monopoly has different versions of their game. And so you can do all of that even with your product. So you too can have an offer ladder to your product. What I love about offer ladders, just to recap for Dania and Shawana, is it allows people to come in at a different level than just a one level, right? So if I come in and I kind of already have the prep, I can go straight to the service. Or if I've had the service, I can go straight to your support after a service, right? And so there are all of these levels. But if I need your service, but I don't have the prep stuff ready, I can get the prep, then the service, then the after support. So that's an offer ladder. I can get the people who say, you know what? I don't want you to do it for me. I want to do it myself. Can you just give me what I need to do it myself? Because I need to be more economical with the solution right now. Okay, now I got DIY. Or you know what? I want to I kind of want to do a DIY, but I think I need just a little support. So do you have something for me that's a little more economical, but I do get support done with you? I can put you in the group, right? And if you say, you know what? Top tier can be either it's one-on-one, you and me, or guess what? It could be done for you. I don't want to do it. I want you to do it, right? That could be the top tier. So these offer ladders, they overcome the objection of why the way you are giving your service or your product is not for them, or the pricing of your product is not for them. And so these are price busters. So when it comes to offer ladders, Dania, do you have anything that you want to add? What do you think about that information? Is it making you think differently? Do you have any questions about how to apply it to your business?
So it definitely makes me think differently, because it puts me in a it puts me in tunnel vision based on what their response is.
Mm-hmm.
I think, normally the initial response is to always just jump in and help. And so now it's like I'm being more reactive instead of proactive. So then that way I'm not spinning my wheels trying to, how do they say, put the square peg in the round hole or something like that? Yeah. So that definitely gives me some more to think about. But I'm just excited about the retreat. So that's where my mind is, right? I'm ready to absorb it all in. Like I'm taking the nuggets now, but I'm just like, I'll get more on the retreat.
You will. You definitely will, because you're going to leave there with your exact offer ladder that makes sense. So you are correct. Look, and as someone else who will be at the retreat, Shawana, what do you think about offer ladders and how they can overcome pricing issues, how they can overcome, that's not my need type issue? And did you have any questions on how to apply it to your business? You're on mute, but I could just tell that was the best good morning ever in the world.
It actually, it was so soft and it was so sweet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I'm loving what is the wrap up for this week.
Yes.
Because I definitely, when I think about it, especially when it comes to, we'll use an example. I think I mentioned it yesterday, talking about websites.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So when I heard you talking about that, I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes. And we all know when we go to, a GoDaddy or something like that, when you look to different things with places like that, it was like, boom. I mean, like the light bulb really went off to where, no, and I cannot wait. I can't wait, but then I can't wait until the retreat to go ahead to start some of this. Of course, even if it happens tweaking, because this is something that I really based off what's been happening regularly. Thank you, God. I do need some base on my site. I need it on my site. So part of my question is, I know the done for you, done with you, because I do that. It's all now saying, okay, but basically what she's saying is I need to then show this on the site, right?
No. So look, no, you don't. So let me tell you, because I was gonna get into that, but I was gonna wait on you in particular.
Okay, because I'm like,
because so having these tiers and this ladder of offers is what you have in your back room. You still pick the offer from the ladder that most people will fit into and that what most people would buy as your front facing offer. That's what is on your website, because people are not dumb. They know if you do a website that, okay, if I need some continuation from my website, all I got to do is ask you, do you do that? You know what I'm saying? If they know you do a website and you say on here, it doesn't include your copy, your this, your that, whatever, they're going to say, well, hey, I know your package don't include copy, but can y'all do it?
Right.
Right. So we experience this all the time. But what happens is every time somebody asks us, can we do something? We go and add it to the website. Now it's a new offering on the website. Now our website looks like a thrift store because we got all these offers on it and it's confusing to people. Right. And you're putting forth all the things and you can't get known for any one thing. Now you're destroying your one thing. Right. And so forward facing should still be your main offer.
Okay, so
but having the offer tier is because us service-based businesses, we don't sell just from a website. People always have to talk to us first. They are not the expert. You're the expert. You let them tell you all the problems, right? Because during your discovery calls, they should be talking. You should know enough about their problems to know which one of your offers they need, even though you had one forward-facing offer, right? So when they come to you and they say, oh, I need a website, saying your plan is so-and-so, right? Can you tell me about that plan? You should say, well, tell me a little more about your business. I just want to make sure that it's the right plan for you, right? And then as they're talking, what you recognize is the plan that you have forward facing doesn't include all the prep, and they don't have any of the prep. They have no idea where to get the prep. So your recommendation should then be, well, first, let's start with this plan over here, because we have to get you ready to have a website. Because to have a website, to design a website, that's just layout. That means you have the copy, you give us pictures, and you give us graphics. And you don't seem to have any of those things, but it's not a problem. We just need to start you over here so that we can do those things for you. You see what I'm saying? So this, in the conversation that you're selling, is where you pick things off the shelf, because you're listening to them and you're assessing their situation. You're asking them questions to see which one of your offers is the best for them.
Now, what is the thought around visually putting it on the site? I mean, we know how we go to different websites, we see it. We see the 3 columns. We see, and then we got that 4th column that it say, like you said, all of 1, 2, 3, and 4 contact us for this right here. Because we got
but see, you okay. You see mostly bigger businesses doing that. They're already known for something. People are already coming to them for something. People already know they are choosing them. They just need to choose the option, right? You can't afford to do that. They don't know you yet. They don't know what you're known for yet. You need to put forth one thing for them to associate with you, know that you're good at, know what that is, so refer people by one thing. But they have to come through you to get it. You see what I'm saying? So yes, there can be a buy button, but most likely what they're going to do is want to schedule a call. They're going to want to schedule a call. I would make everybody schedule a call, because I don't even know if that's what you're going to do. Or you can say it's a buy button, right? But in your intake, right, your price could change based on your needs, because the intake is still that discovery. Right. What do you have? What don't you have? Whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. You put in your one thing. You can have a buy button and you can say, hey, the price may change based on your needs. This is for this package. If you need something outside of this package, that could possibly be a different price. If you have any questions, book a call here. The call is free. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. There are going to be some people that buy and you catch them in the intake, and there are going to be some people that book a call. But either way, they still got to come through you. And when they come through you, that's when the other stuff come out the background. And it's not a bait and switch, because we're going to be very, very clear what the one thing includes and what it does not include, who it's for and who it is not for. You see what I'm saying? So it's not bait and switch. It's not con artistry. It's not salesmanship. No, this is what this is. That's what this package is. But there are things outside of this package, and that's another package. So be very clear what's included, what's not included, who this is for, who this is not for. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, someone who it may not be for a person that wants an e-commerce site. You might not do those. You see what I'm saying? Most people are going to want you to build on Shopify. Nope, that's not what I do. I do WordPress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So who is it for? Who is it not for?
Uh-huh. Because I'm just really trying to think about looking at, because on my site, I do have a basic for StreamYard. But however, depending on, like you said, the need, it's now, I may need to go back and look at even that, because for StreamYard.
Well, what do you want to be known for? I understand that you have the opportunity to sell other things from your skill set, but what do you want to be known for?
Okay,
that's the offer that should remain on the website. Yeah, because now you're going from I'm the StreamYard expert.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? To now I do websites. Okay, that's because somebody asked you to do a website. That don't mean you go change your whole persona and your entire website to now accommodate the fact that you do websites. I'm telling you, that is a mistake. Because now what you're doing is you're creating the thrift store all over again.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm telling you, I really appreciate today, all of this. I'm telling you, one of the things that has, and I've said it a dozen times at least, being a part of the cohort, that stretched me so much. It gave me so much clarity, more clarity in my business. That's why even at this point, with the things that you are doing to expand what you and build on what you've already put together, of course, there's things that I'm still saying, oh shoot, I got to think about that. But it's still like I'm now feel like I'm at the first day of class.
Let me tell you about that, because so you guys were the beta group, right? And so I got so much information from you guys. And it's not that you didn't have, hey, Rod, it's not that you guys didn't have any transformation, right? It's that I couldn't quantify your transformations. And I wanted to be able to quantify the transformation so that I knew exactly who this was for. That's why you have seen it change too. It's going to help you get to your first 6 figures. You've heard the messaging change, because I need to quantify who it's for. Now, what you haven't seen yet that you will see is I have changed up the course to only include teaching you the framework of that 6 phases to 6 figures, right? Which is some of that stuff that you learned. But I gave y'all so much that some of y'all were paralyzed, right? Some of y'all were like hopping around. You wasn't paralyzed. You was a bunny hopping around doing it. You couldn't stay focused. So now I have 2 tiers, right? One tier is the course to help you to learn the framework that will get you to your first 6 figures. The course is to help you to learn the framework. You can learn that framework in as little as 12 weeks, right? It's all about the framework, learning the framework, right? And it's only the basics. What is phase 1? What is phase 2? What is phase 3? What is phase 4, 5, 6, right? You may have some bonuses that make it an irresistible offer. That's great. But we're only focused on that main path from A to B. That's it. Then I have my advisory cohort. The advisory cohort are people who know what the framework is. You've been through the course, or you've been through a strategy session with me, and we've set up your roadmap, right? Because at the end of the course, you will have a roadmap. At the end of the strategy session, you will have a roadmap. To get in on this advisory cohort, you have to already have a roadmap from me. It's an exclusive cohort, right? So that's where Shawana will go. That's where Dania will go, right? But people new to me have to go through the course. Now, the advisory is not about teaching you the framework. You'll still have access to the course if you want to be reminded about the framework. The actual advisory is I'm advising you on your journey to 6 figures. So that's what you're missing. You see what I'm saying? When I sat down and thought about the offer, that's my ladder, these 2 steps. Learn this framework. All you're focused on is learning the framework. We're going to have Q&A to help you to understand the framework. But when you're on your journey to using the framework, you need to be in the advisory cohort, because the conversation is different over here. Right? So I don't need the people learning the framework to be asking questions and y'all like, oh, I know that. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all feel like y'all in the LD class or something. You know what I'm saying? No, we just need to put you in the appropriate level. And so those are my levels. That's my offer ladder, right? And then I have recommendations of masterminds that either I'm in or that I know about for you to get to the next level. I don't want to offer that level.
Right.
So there you go.
No, I like it.
And then if you want to talk about, oh, okay, but what about the people who may not be ready for the course? Well, guess what? That's why I have workshops. So that's the unofficial baseline level. So there you go. Those workshops are what, $47, $27? It depends on which one you go to. It depends on, because the way I have it laid out now is they're going to be about 4 a year, and you can get into the website, the workshop series and buy all 4 of them for this price. Or you can go one by one at this price.
Yeah, I like how that was this year where you did.
It was last year that I did the challenge.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've been riding with you for a minute, so I've been mixing my months up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I liked that too, and because that was more like an evening thing.
It will be, yeah. And guess what? The advisory won't have to pay to get in. You know what I'm saying? So it's different things. Like I'm really working with this offer stack of mine. In fact, it's funny because I had the details all in my head, and my new business coach was like, I need you to get it out of your head and put it down. And I need to be able to see it without you doing it. And so it's funny, how many minutes we got? We got 10 minutes. Let me see if I can find my offer stack and share it with you right quick so that y'all can kind of get more of an idea of what it looks like. Now, the funny thing is going to be, you know what? I think it's actually in my Google Drive. So let's go to the Google Drive. But she gave me a particular document that makes it look like that list that you're saying you see on websites, Shawana, where they say this has this and then this one has this or whatever. That's actually what it looks like. The spreadsheet that she gave us. Here it is. Let me share my screen. So I have a course and an advisory cohort. The course has 6 categories. That's the 6 phases to 6 figures. Each category has, well, not each category, but there are a total of 12 modules, and each module has 3 to 5 lessons, right? You can get through the whole framework in as little as 12 weeks. You're going to get the course video trainings. You're going to get a discussion board inside the course platform. You'll get a private Facebook community. They'll get live group Q&As and then get the replays. And then they'll get a course level resource library, because y'all know I be having the resources for the gods, right? So they'll have a course level resource library, not all the stuff like I gave y'all when y'all went through, right? And then their course bonuses are they're going to get a quarterly live group program training. Then they'll get to keep those replays. They're going to have quarterly guest guru trainings. They'll get to keep those replays. They're going to have a quarterly virtual award ceremony with gifts, because I need to push them through those milestones. So they'll have milestone gifts. And then they're going to have free access to the paid virtual workshops, and they get discounts to other offers like the retreat and one-on-one sessions, right? Because keep in mind, this is group, right? So this is where it separates out. Now the mastermind gets all of that. And they get their own Slack channel for their community access and access to me. So they're not in Facebook. So y'all won't be in Facebook. Y'all going to be in Slack. Y'all can talk to each other. Y'all can talk to me. Okay. Y'all are going to be given a CEO dashboard, because this dashboard is going to be where you're keeping these KPIs, because this is what's going to push you along to hit this 6 figures, right? Then we're going to have 2 meetings in a month. One meeting is going to be specifically about your marketing challenges. Okay. And the next meeting is going to be about your money, because this is how I'm going to get you to 6 figures. So keep in mind, you still get their Q&A meeting, but then you have your own meetings. Okay. Then you get quarterly planning meetings. You're going to get their quarterly workshop meetings or whatever their little extra training is, but then y'all get specific planning meetings, because you already have a roadmap, and we need to be checking in with this roadmap quarterly, right? And then you get an advisory level resource library. So you get their library and you get your own library. Then you get an endorsed vendor directory, because y'all are now at the stage where you're actually working the steps and you need this outside help. So who are the people I use? Who are the people I've heard that are,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So that you're not on your own, just going to Fiverr blind, right? So that's what we're going to build. And also y'all's bonuses are going to be, y'all get a bonus module called Dominate. Hey, where's my other, oh shit, I done took out everything, trying to put a quote mark at the end. Get back in there. Well, I'll come back to that. Anyway, so y'all gonna get an extra course module called Dominate. Y'all are gonna get the semi-annual 101 with me. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 in a year. So either you can come to Mexico where I am and have your 101, or we could do it virtual. But y'all get a 101, the other ones don't. Y'all get to be a quarterly guest guru for the course level and make an offer to the course level people. And then you get experts that's for you that are going to be guest gurus. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you get free entrance into the annual retreat. So that means all you're going to pay is the things associated with travel and you being there, but you don't have to pay to get the like the 6-figure framework and whatever trainings I have going on. So you don't pay the extra stuff. So yep. This is going to be, and at the retreat, you're going to get your own day that we talk about stuff, and y'all are going to have y'all special award ceremony at the retreat. So we'll be giving out awards. So either you'll be getting a 6-figure award, or you halfway to 6 figures, or we got 2 different awards that are like personality based or achievement based for the people who did not reach at least 50,000 in the year. So, baby.
No, it's exciting.
Yeah.
I know for me, because I'm gonna be honest, because where we at? We halfway through June. We're knocking the door at July, and it's really just I'm like, hey, can I have a pre-work, man? I need like the pre-work before we get there, because otherwise I won't be looking in your eyes when we get there, because I'm gonna be so busy doing this, like. I need some pre-work, okay? So can you consider some pre-work, okay? I'm just saying.
You will get some pre-work
Okay. Before
you show up in September. Just know that I don't know how you thought you weren't gonna get pre-work. You got the words pre-work from me. So yes, you will.
But look, I need the pre time. Look, the pre time.
You go get it, because basically what it is it's gonna be, you're gonna come ready to give me the information that we need. You know what I'm saying? So that I can then give you your updated roadmap by the time you leave.
Okay.
So you won't have to think on your feet as much, like like we in the, I can't even think about what she's saying now because I don't have those numbers, or I don't have that, or I don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll have that before time. You will.
Okay, because I'm like, oh man, dang it. They'd be like, I ain't come out for nothing because I'm in here trying to write this stuff down.
Not a problem. Well, we got about 4 minutes. So does anybody have any questions about this week, about today, about your business? Do you have any questions?
Well, okay, wait, real quick.
Yes.
Because of the DIY that I have, because I heard everything you said, like, nope, stop it. It's yes, have that down. So when you get the call, you have something to quickly share with them. I hear you. I got it.
Yes.
That's in there. Got it. But for even the current thing that does show, because it is a price once you click to buy. But I'm just thinking if I need to make an adjustment, not even necessarily so much on the price. I'm thinking about maybe the line items. That's where my mind is now. Yes, is going.
So you need to go to that part to where I say you need to be very clear on what they get. You need to be very clear on what they do not get. You need to be very clear on who it's for. You need to be very clear on who it's not for.
Should on the website, the who it is and who it isn't be on the site?
Yes.
Okay.
What I'm telling you should be on the site. 2 comparison charts. What they get, well, it's the first one shouldn't necessarily be a chart. It should be, this is what you get, and then at the bottom of what they get should be a blurb about what's not included. Let me give you an example of that. With my service, I'm a fractional chief operating officer. I worry about and focus on the operation, but I have skill sets in other areas. As you know, I'm able to teach y'all about marketing, You know what I'm saying? I'm able to teach you about a whole bunch of stuff, but that's not what they're paying for. And so they don't get the benefit of that for the same price as operations. So what it says is, in operations, I'm going to manage your business. I'm going to manage your team. I'm going to manage your problems. I'm going to manage any changes that need to be made, this type of thing, right? I'm going to give you strategies for better operations, that. And then at the bottom, it says, not included, professional services such as marketing, legal advice, sales. You see what I'm saying? I can do it, but that's not what you're paying for. So I need you to be very clear. This is what's in the package. And at the bottom, I want to remind you what's not in the package. Other things that you may need, but I'm not responsible for that with this package that you're buying. You see what I'm saying? And then I need to have on my site, so who it's for. It's for people with teams. It's for CEOs with teams. If you don't have a team, I can't help you because I'm not going to do anything. You know what I'm saying? As far as execution. I have to stay top level. If I'm down in the weeds, I don't have a bird's eye view. I don't know what's going on in the business as a whole because you got me down in the weeds in one little part. I can't do that and then do my job efficiently. So who is it for? Somebody with team that has a team, right? Who is not for? Definitely not for somebody who don't have a team. It's definitely also not for somebody who you're hiring me to be the expert and you don't listen to my expert recommendations. It's not for you. I don't even want to play. I don't even want your money. Keep it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for you if you're not making enough money to pay for me for strategy and organization and planning and the people to do. You see what I'm saying? Because some people say they got a team, but it's mom and them. That's not a team, boo. So you have to put in there, who is it for? Who is it not for? You have a great day, Dania. So yeah. These are the things that when it comes down to you offering something else, they should have a clear understanding of why, or you can point to the understanding. Because this is what makes it not a bait and switch. I'm not selling you this and making you think it's all inclusive. And then when you get here, I say, oh no, that's extra. Oh no, that's extra. Oh no, that's extra. That's bait and switch. No, I'm telling you, I believe all you getting is this. And it don't include.
Offer is that, but what I do need to, I'm believing it because I haven't looked at it lately. I do need to add that, how you just said, what it does not include.
Yeah, and who it's not for.
And who is not for. I definitely need to, yeah.
So if it does not include copy and graphics, you know what I'm saying? Then that's fine. You can get that from somewhere else or you can get it from us, but this is not for someone who doesn't want to pay extra for copy and graphics because it's not included in this thing and you need those things. I can't build a website and you don't have those things. So either you pay me or you pay somebody else, but you're still going to need those things. So if you're not willing to invest more to get those things, what you want me to do?
Yeah.
You're going to have a demo. You know what I'm saying? So to be clear, you'll be paying me to put the shell of your website up there, and later on, you'll be putting in pictures and you'll be putting in copy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
This is why it's very important to be clear, right? Yeah. Girl, I'm just saying. Yeah.
No, this is yeah, and it's timely. It's timely for what's going on, what's happening in real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just have, and it's good to be clear anyway, because you have people who, they just know what they need. They don't know the difference between what you provide, what you don't provide, what they need and what they don't have, all of these things. They don't know. They just know they need stuff. There are those people, and our hearts go out to them, but they still got to pay. And then there are the people who know that they keep pushing the envelope to get more, and they're pushing the envelope to get more. And you need something to point back to and say, no, right here is what you pay for. No, right here is where I said that's not included. No, right here is where I said, if you're that type of person, I don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Or if that's where you are situated, I can't necessarily help you. So that's why we need those things. Clarity is awesome.
This was wonderful. excited for what you about to, of course, you be ready when you go. But oh my God. Oh,
Yeah, it's about to go.
I
Let me tell
know.
you.
So I'm excited
Yeah.
for you. So enjoy your
Yes.
time. Are we okay before you exit? Are you coming on Monday?
Yes, I'm coming on Monday and Tuesday, and by Wednesday is probably when I'm going to do the pre-recorded thing
Okay.
for the rest of the time. Like I'm going to pre-record the blog talk, and then I'm going to pre-record y'all's part, and then you guys will be able to ask your questions in the comments or whatever. But I'm just going to go deeper in the morning show, and then y'all can ask questions or whatever, and then I can just kind of have my phone conference and be answering questions.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it because I just need to, mentally, I need to be like, okay, let me put some on my head so I can see on the camera.
Monday and Tuesday, get that hair, get that camera ready hair on Monday and Tuesday.
I'm just saying for the people in the back. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. So
I'm
yeah,
just
by
saying.
Wednesday, let me pull up this calendar. Yep, Monday, Tuesday, and by Wednesday, I'll be full force in my conference Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah. Yep.
All right,
It's
maybe
been
one of
good.
well, I'll be the senior, but maybe one of these times I know they have you so deep, but it's just so funny to know that you 30 or 40 minutes up the road. Be like, can you just peek outside and be like,
Good.
like
It'd be
the little
awful.
emoji.
It'd be awful. It'd be look, I'll see you in Mexico. Look,
I know.
don't be stressing me out. It'd be awful. Just,
No, but I'm excited for you to say the same way I am. I am excited for me. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Because y'all know what I learned trickles down to y'all most definitely.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Not like Reaganomics. Y'all actually get the good. You get what's promised.
You hear me say? I said I'm excited for me.
Mm-hmm. You should be. Yeah. You should be. I'm validating that. So yeah, most definitely.
Good stuff.
Well, all right. You guys have a great day and a great weekend.
To stay safe.
Monday and Tuesday, Z. And then the morning show will broadcast out. It will look like it's live. But the Zoom will not be open for you guys to be guests. So everybody will have to see it in the group and then leave comments for the questions that you have. And then throughout the day, I'll come in and answer those comments while I'm at the conference.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye.